there's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
Deep behind the walls of this maximum security prison on the island of Cebu, nearly 1,500 hardcore prisoners gather for their morning routine. 2/3 of the men here have been either convicted or accused of murder, rape or violent drug crimes, and are considered to be amongst the most dangerous offenders in the Philippines. But
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, 'cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy.
every day these inmates put on a heart-pumping display of synchronised dancing.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for your men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the
This is what America has been longing for. A jailhouse rock, which they only saw in Elvis Presley. Jailhouse, and they're rocking.
YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for your men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Minsan kayo pag natulog, naginipan nila kung paano sila sumasayaw. Kasi yung ma'am, daily routine namin ito pagsayaw, ma'am.
The man who's responsible for this dancing revolution is the prison's overseer, Byron Garcia, a man who seems more like a musical show director than a prison warden.
I am more kinder to them than being tough. They know I am tough, so that's why they're afraid of that, my toughness. But they always regard me as being kind. If you cannot open the door, it means you are not a visitor. You're an inmate.
Byron Garcia is actually the official security advisor for the Cebu provincial government, a job given to him by his sister, Gwen Garcia, the governor of Cebu province. His first task when he was appointed over 2 years ago was to clean up Cebu's central prison.
If they say toughest of the toughest, the inmates here are the toughest in the whole island, the Cebu. 70% here are high-risk inmates, meaning if they are convicted, they get the life to death. And that's 70%.
Before Byron arrived, Cebu's prison was a wretched place where gangs ruled within the prison walls, trading drugs and contraband under the watch of corrupt guards. With no experience in prison management, Byron didn't know where to begin.
And sometimes I find it daunting because, I didn't have experience in jail management before. So that is when I tried to study the ins and out of the jail.
Garcia soon started his clean-up by sacking 42 corrupt prison guards and implementing a 4-tier security structure, with different guards reporting to different commands, but all of them watching over each other and closely monitoring all visitors to the prison.
This is the most meticulous part, wherein they have to check everything. Like this one, for example, this powdered milk is being transferred. Because this is very easy to reseal. You can open this, then you just open this here, then reseal it back. putting drugs inside.
After beefing up security and isolating gang leaders from the rest of the prison population, Garcia began studying the inmates closely.
Wherever I go, I just log on to the internet and I can watch them.
You can watch any part of the prison?
Yeah. Online, this is online.
One day, when Garcia saw the prisoners marching in the central quadrangle, he struck upon the idea of introducing music and dance.
I said, oh, why don't I convert that march into a dance number? I thought of dancing after that. Look at them. See? They're practicing their routines for this afternoon. So this the funny thing about the jail is that there are even inmates here at night. When they sleep, they're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 8, 7, 6, 5. It's quite funny.
Now, much of the prisoners' daily routine is taken up with dance rehearsals, where they practice complex new routines, like this one, a rock version of Pachelbel's Canon in D.
Slowly, I introduce dancing to them. Macho, they're perceived to be macho people. Macho people don't dance. I mean that's the stereotype, right? They're supposed to be murderers. It's supposed to be rapists, and do we have to dance?
Before Byron arrived, the prisoners had nothing to do and prowled around looking for trouble. But not long after he introduced dance moves to the exercise routine, he noticed a change in their behaviour.
They become friends. Everybody became friends because of that. If you're a friend, then you cannot be my enemy, right? So that's a behavioral change now. They treat everybody as a friend.
Pas, ha? Di na yung anak ka pas-pas. Ana na siya.
She may stand less than 5 feet tall, but as the prison's official choreographer, Gwen Lador has been given the task of transforming prisoners into performers. For up to 4 hours a day, at 6 in the morning and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Gwen takes the prisoners through their routines, teaching them new steps and moves.
Ang kasunod ni pasudla lang. Pasudla para ikatapusan siya. Ay baba, nagulat ako. Kasi yun palang tuturuan ko, yung mga priso. So ang sabi ko, ayoko. Ayoko talaga. Kasi matakot. 7, 8. Sa nakita ko sa kanila hindi naman sila masama. So sinabi pa sa isa sa kanila na, ma'am, huwag mo kaming poproblemahin kasi tutulungan rin kita pag anong gusto mo. So yun, nawala yung takot ko sa kanila.
Gwen's job as prison choreographer is certainly unique. She says teaching inmates to dance is easy enough, but getting the routines timed accurately is not.
Oo, marunong naman silang sumayaw pero hindi sila masyadong sa timing sa music. Lalo na bago na sa pandinig nila yung music. Oo. Kailangan practicein, kailangan magka-count kayo para sa kanila.
Tanan nga hirigonon, ari mo sa conjugal dance. Prepare na mo.
Even within a prison, keeping order amongst 1,500 men can be a challenge. But here in Cebu, a few dozen inmates, usually the big ones, have been selected by Byron Garcia to keep everyone in check. One of them is a former cop called Leo Suiko, who's been locked up here for 6 years awaiting trial on charges of multiple murder.
Hindi naman kasi ma'am, ang boring dito ma'am, palagi mong makita mong mukha at lugar dito. Hindi mababago ang isip mo. Kung pag sumasayaw ka, sasaya yung pakiramdam mo at sa yung conditions physical mo. Pag sumayaw ka, susunod ka kung ano iutos ng choreographer mo. At yan ang simula.
All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio.
Yun ang pinaka malaking bagay nga isa ang pagbago sa amin dito kasi na-divert ang aming oras. Hindi na lang kami mag-isip ng anong problema. Ito ho, si Jusel Casayas, yung pinakabata na kasama ko dito. Ito si Boy. Ito si Albert. Tigaan ko.
Leo wanted to show me around and introduce me to his cellmates.
Ito si Ramil, Jewel, si Al. At pag kumain kami, dito kami magpipray kami. Yun ang ulam namin.
Under 40-15, games coming!
Before Byron Garcia arrived at the Cebu facility, Leo, like many of the other prisoners, was addicted to drugs, which were smuggled inside the jail. The only discipline was that meted out by the gangs that ruled here, based on fear and retribution. Now, under direction from Byron Garcia, Leo has been helping introduce a new system of discipline, which he says is based on Christian principles.
Kahit nang dito tayo, huwag tayong mag-ugali ng parang hayop. Tao rin tayo. Kaya ang ginagawa ko dito, nidisiplina ako. Bawal ang bawal nga. Hindi talaga makagawa ng maayos. Kahit na magtingin o kahit na maghingi dito, bawal. Kahit nagsisigaw ka, bawal dito. Kaya na makikita mo talaga, ma'am, respektado mga tao dito. Kasi may patakaran kami dito. Yung awa sa Diyos, nagbigay ng lakas.
For those inmates with Christian beliefs, the daily prison routine includes a rousing evangelistic-style church service, which is usually packed. Here, Leo also plays a key role as one of the chief celebrants.
Amahan, nagsampit kami kanimo. Ang ini mga babang, naapas among kasing Lord. Mga daotan, Lord, o mga laba. Ugasin kini Lord sa dugo sa balang ni Yesu Kristo. Kasi alam mo man, pag nabilanggo ka, akala ng buong mundo, talagang masama ka. Kaya pinahirapan namin nga ipakilala sa buong mundo, hindi pa huli ang lahat.
Leo credits Byron Garcia for giving him and the other inmates a second chance.
Noong una, walang guts magdala pagdisiplina sa amin. Walang guts magdisiplina. Akala siguro nila noong talaga kami matigas, masamang tao. Pero sa loob lang sa amin kasing-kasing, may nakatira pang pagbabago at sa kabutihan.
The real turning point for the dancing inmates of Cebu was the thriller dance, a choreographed adaptation of Michael Jackson's 1980 smash hit.
I'll save you from the terror on the screen. I'll make you see.
It was this clip which Byron captured on his home video camera and uploaded to the popular website YouTube, which finally took the dancing inmates of Cebu into a new dimension.
Darkness falls across the land.
Within days, they'd gone global, with millions of hits, And according to one of the stars of the thriller dance, a transvestite prisoner called Wenjiel, a new sense of pride.
Bilang sa akin, kami naman lahat, proud kami sa sarili namin na gano'n ang kinahinatnan ng trailer namin. Pero alam nyo, wala yan, hindi namin alam yan eh. Gano'n pala ang kinahinatnan ng trailer namin. Sa umpisa lang yan, nakala namin is just exercise. We think part lang sa among rehabilitation. Pero hindi namin alam na ina-upload pala ni Sir Byron yan sa internet. Tapos gano'n na talaga na inaabot.
Wenjiel claims that he's innocent of the drugs charges that landed him in prison. And despite his massive online popularity, the reality is that he remains in jail.
Siyempre, masaya ako at proud ako sa sarili ko. Pero hindi ko pa rin nakalimutan na talaga preso pa rin ako. Hindi ko pa rin nawala sa sarili ko kasi medyo may lungkot pa rin kasi naisip ko talaga hindi mawala sa isip ko lang talaga yung kaso ko. Kasi hindi na talaga, wala talaga akong kasalanan na lang ako sa...
Wenjiel's partner in the thriller dance, Crisanto, who is also awaiting trial on drugs charges, says dancing has changed his life.
Anang panginahanglan namo, yang gihatag namo basta minaayo lang. Wala siya gidili namo. Iya mi gibag-o tanan ang amo mga bisyo diri. Anang kay nausab siya nakapausab na sa among kinabuhi diri.
Good afternoon, sir. Hey, good afternoon, sir.
With full access to the prison, I was able to wander freely amongst the inmates.
Good afternoon, sir.
Quite remarkably for a maximum security prison, there's not a trace of animosity, but instead a feeling of genuine happiness.
Say good morning, good morning.
Just a few years ago, nearly every mealtime here at Cebu prison was a dangerous and volatile event. But since the introduction of dancing, the incidence of violence amongst prisoners has dropped to zero.
Yes. Hungry? Oh, I'm hungry.
But even though these men are responding so well to Byron Garcia's dancing therapy, many will soon leave the prison to attend their trials in the capital, Manila. Anxious that they don't return to their old ways in the central prison system, Byron is planning to build a special complex for Cebu's dancing inmates within Manila's central jail.
If it is possible, we can construct a facility there just for CPDRC inmates, a jail within a jail.
So basically they would have their own special section in Manila.
Yeah.
But that would be similar to this?
Yes. I really feel that these are good guys now.
For their new version of Electric Dreams, the inmates are planning a colourful display using the flags of the world. For these men, dancing is now an integral part of life, a way of expressing themselves which is having an impact far, far away from their island prison.
Ako magdako nga bisan preso mi nakapasikat pa ni dinhi sa Pilipinas. Proud mi nga mga pinreso sa CPDRC nga kami mo yung nakapasikat sa among gibuhat ron. I really proud.
In August, a group of 24 prisoners was taken to Cebu's annual celebrations to perform a routine for the general public. Now the inmates have been told there's a chance that the president, Gloria Arroyo, may come to the prison later this month to watch them perform. With new routines to perfect, the excitement is palpable.
I don't know, but I really think these people are happy that they are in this jail.
The happiest person in the world, perhaps.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope. The happiest prison.